and kept us safe.
Live from downtown Huntsville, you're watching the 2024 Veterans Day Parade. Sponsored by Intrepid, BAE Systems, and Still Serving Veterans.
It is the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month. This is the 2024 Huntsville Veterans Day Parade. Good morning, everyone. I'm WAFF 48 News anchor Liz Hurley. It is 71 degrees here in downtown Huntsville. The rain has moved out, and we promise a picture-perfect parade. We are here to honor those who serve, those who were brave enough to wear our country's uniform. We are the home of the free because of the brave. Right now, we have 150 entries ready to march through downtown Huntsville. We have marching bands, we have military floats, we have just about everything in between, and we have a lot of heroes today. Heroes who will be marching through downtown Huntsville all the way on an extended route this year to the Big Spring Park and down to the Bun Brown Center. So get ready for a wonderful day. I'm turning the program over now briefly to two veterans who you know very well. Combat veteran and my colleague, WAFF 48 Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, as well as veteran Mojo Jones, radio talk show host. We salute both of you today and all of our veterans. Gentlemen, let's get this ceremony started.
Well, thank you, Liz. Good morning, Huntsville. What a beautiful day. I'm Brad Travis.
And I'm Mojo Jones.
He's got the deeper voice. You know, first thing he said to me was the same thing I was thinking about him. He said, I dressed up like a TV weatherman, and you dressed up like a DJ. Well, on behalf of the mayor of Huntsville, Tommy Battle, and Madison Mayor Paul Finley, we would like to welcome you to the 2024 Veterans Day Parade.
Today, we gather in a tradition that started over 100 years ago, when the nation set aside a day to honor its veterans. In Huntsville and Madison County, of course, we take this a step further and dedicate the entire week to honor all who have served.
This year's Veterans Day presidential proclamation reads in part, each of our nation's veterans is a link in a chain of honor that stretches back to our founding days, bound by a sacred oath to support and defend the United States of America. Throughout history, whenever and wherever the force of darkness have sought to extinguish the flame of freedom, Americans' veterans have been fighting to keep it burning bright. Today, we honor all veterans who have preserved, defended, and fought for our democracy. They prove that we are a nation that can meet darkness with light again and again. No matter how high the cost or how heavy the burden, may we all strive to be worthy of their sacrifices for us, doing our part to keep the light of liberty burning bright for generations to come. And we are certainly here to do just that today. Today you will see a lot of military equipment in our parade that was used in different wars and conflicts, but I'll remind you of what General Douglas MacArthur said. The soldier above all others prays for peace, for it is the soldier who must suffer and bear the deepest wounds and scars of war. And no one has done that better than our Grand Marshal this year.
Our Grand Marshal for today's parade truly represents those values of service and dedication. His service to others has continued long since he took off a uniform. Rudy Chavez is our 2024 Grand Marshal because of his service, his dedication, and his story. And it's a remarkable story of growing up. One of 9 children, the son of migrant farm workers who followed crops and harvest works to enlisted in the Air Force at the age of 20 during the height of the Vietnam War. Rudy has served our nation for over 42 years in active and reserve duty and as a military support contractor with the Armor Material Command in Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Southeast Asia. Since retiring in 2014, Rudy has served this community as a volunteer and is known by every charity in North Alabama for his work and his contributions through his civic and social services and his humanitarian works. Rudy is married to Bonnie Jean, and together they have 3 daughters, 2 sons, 17 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. They are an inspiration, and we are so proud to have them with us today as our Grand Marshal and our living legacy of service, perseverance, strength, and courage.
The reviewing officer for today's parade is Major General Promotable Gavin Lawrence, Deputy Chief of Staff of Operations at Army Material Command. Thank you, General Lawrence, for honoring us with your presence today and your dedicated service to our nation. As always, the Stars and Stripes will lead our parade. The Redstone Arsenal Joint Service Color Guard, under the direction of Master Sergeant Timothy Edgerton, will present the colors. The Color Guard members are Sergeant Gerald Lewis, U.S. Army, Staff Sergeant Kalanjai Johnson, U.S. Army, Sergeant First Class Brenton Grierson, U.S. Army, Sergeant Akosha Thomas, U.S. Marine Corps, Petty Officer Ryan Zanel, U.S. Navy, Tech Sergeant Kenneth Oakes, U.S. Air Force, Staff Sergeant Matthew Fleming, U.S. Space Force, Staff Sergeant Will Seek, U.S. Coast Guard, Sergeant First Class Ryan Berry, U.S. Army. Following the presentation of the colors, an arrangement of the national anthem will be performed by Oakwood University's Aeolines, under the direction of Dr. Jeremy Jordan. The invocation will then be offered by a chaplain.
Finally, Rocket Battery Kilo, 2nd Battalion, 14th Marines will fire a cannon salute to signal the official start of the parade. Manning the cannon today are Master Sergeant Vincent Osler, Sergeant Reginald Prince, and Lance Corporal Sean Hinkle. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem, as well as the invocation.
Forward, march, left, 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 right, left, left, right wheel, march, left, 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 right, forward, march, left, 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 right, left, left, right wheel, march, left, 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 right, left, 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 color guard, hold. Present arms. Sir, the colors are present. Requesting permission to start the parade.
Request granted.
Thank you. Order, arms. Present arms.
Can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed? Twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, were singing and gave proof through the nights that our flag was still there, was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Order. Arms.
Please join me in a word of prayer. Let us pray. Almighty God, we pause in your presence this morning, realizing that all blessings come from you. So we ask your blessings upon this opening ceremony and parade this Veterans Day. Help us, Lord, to remember, honor, thank, and appreciate our veterans who served our nation. Almighty God, we thank you for each veteran, those present here with us today, those who we remember in our hearts who are no longer with us, and those veterans we remember who we know but are not here with us this day. Lord, bless all our veterans and help us this day to honor them properly and with great appreciation. With each step of this parade, with each clapping of hands, and with our shaking of hands, and all that we do to honor our veterans, we humbly ask, O Lord, that our veterans will know our appreciation of them. And finally, Lord, grow in us a continual appreciation of you and your guidance in our lives. May we always follow your direction and live in peace with you and with each other. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Left wheel. March. Left. 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 Right. Left. Color guard. Hope. Forward. March. Left.
Master Sergeant Edgerton.
Left. Right. Left. 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 Right. Left. Left.
Good
Left.
morning, everyone. Liz Hurley with you again, along with
Right. Left.
retired Army Colonel John Kinsley,
Left.
and we are starting our parade, John.
Good morning, Liz. What a beautiful day in the Tennessee Valley. Huntsville, you all look great. Here comes our Joint Service Color Guard kicking off our parade, followed by our Grand Marshal, Rudy Chavez. Many of you just heard the story of Rudy's long life of service to others.
He told us this morning if anyone were to describe him, he said, please share, I am a blessed man. Rudy, this community is blessed to have you here. Not only have you served our nation so proudly for more than 23 years, you give back each and every day on a humanitarian mission. And we appreciate that and thank you. Following Rudy, our Grand Marshal today, is Huntsville Police, the Bike Patrol, out to protect us on this day. And following the Bike Patrol, we have Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle riding a very old fire truck. Chief Mac McFarland there, sitting in the hot seat, literally. And we have the Pipers. What would we be at a Veterans Day parade without our Pipers? Thank you all. Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, Chief.
Liz, that's the city's 1927 Aaron's Fox pumper truck. That truck is almost 100 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Still rolling.
Still rolling. Says a lot. Says a lot. Followed by Huntsville Fire and Rescue Engine 4 and Ladder Truck 2.
The city of Huntsville employs just under 400 firefighters, highly trained personnel, highly specialized skills. They work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year to keep us all safe. Thank you, Huntsville Fire and Rescue.
John, look, we have recruits in there as well on the ladder truck. Little
You never
youngins.
start too young, Liz.
Never start too young. Thank you all for what you do. Now we have our American Gold Star Mothers of North Alabama walking in today's parade. You see they are holding placards of their lost child who died in war.
Liz, our Gold Star families are American national treasure. We cannot thank them enough for the sacrifices they live with and endure after the loss of their service member. Gold Star families, you are forever in our hearts. We owe you unlimited thanks and gratitude. We love you. God bless you.
You see
Liz,
this.
I'm
It
surprised
just
that
hit
we're
you.
not hearing a little bit more rumble out of the Patriot Guard riders.
I hear them. I hear the Patriot Guard riders. Patriot Guard riders, 25 motorcycles today. They're a consistent, very diverse group of patriots, enthusiasts from across the nation who share a deep commitment to honor our service members. They're veterans as well as families.
Liz, 25 motorcycles today, but over 190,000 Patriot Guard riders across the country. They showed up during our service in Iraq and Afghanistan, attending to soldiers' memorial services, funerals, deployments, redeployments. I can remember deploying out to the airfields to take off to fly to Iraq, and we actually had Patriot Guard riders escorting our buses from Fort Carson, Colorado to Peterson Airfield.
Always
They're
there
just
for the
tremendous.
recessional, always there. Madison Police and Fire Honor Guard are next. Proudly marching today to support our veterans, followed by a Madison City Police Cruiser.
We
have the
saw the
Honor Guard.
Huntsville Police and Fire come through. Only fitting to have our twin cities from Madison. Our Madison Color Guard there. Mayor Finley on top of the fire truck. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. He is riding in the hose bed. That's pretty brave. That is a 1948 Chevy fire engine. How about that? That's a 48? Looking pretty good.
It looks pretty modern.
Looks really good. Being driven by Madison Fire Chief David Bailey. And riding shotgun with Chief Bailey is Madison Police Chief Johnny Gandy. And I see some Wranglers coming.
Rocket City Wranglers coming through, showing their 4x4 in full colors. My guess is this is just the first of many Jeeps we'll see today.
They are with the Madison County Military Heritage Commission Hall of Heroes, who were inducted this last Friday night into the very exclusive and special club that these men are in. We inducted 3 this week.
The Madison County Military Heritage Commission just does such a wonderful job of just finding the heroes throughout our community and then memorializing, telling their stories forever, putting them in the Hall of Heroes. This year, Malcolm Mack Otis, Sergeant Major Robert Spider Parks, and Lieutenant Colonel Grayson Story, who I know is with us in the parade today. Amazing contributions. And Liz, they don't get into the Hall of Heroes unless they have military awards for valor. That's a special distinction of military awards. Napoleon said, "I can conquer the world if you give me enough ribbon." Well, the ribbon these men get for Valor have a small V device on them, and that is for their actions in combat. Huge, huge heroes right in our community, in our midst.
Another debt of gratitude we owe them, our Hall of Heroes. Here we see, you can hear them too, the Vets with Vets. These are Corvettes toting around some of our local heroes. Vets with Vets, Corvette owners proud to support our wounded warriors and the Semper Fi Community Task Force. Their mission of honoring our nation's heroes during Heroes Week. These Vets with Vets and Corvette owners have the honor of escorting our wounded heroes through this very grateful city.
Liz, I call this the $1 million quarter mile. There's a lot of cash rolling right down the street right now with those beautiful wheels.
You know it. Let's check in right now with my colleague, Claudia Peppenhorst, along the parade route. What are you seeing out there, Claudia?
Hey Liz, happy Veterans Day to you. It is a great day. It's a little warm, but look, that has not kept people from coming out here today and supporting veterans right here in our community. Like I said, a little warm, but people have got their red, white, and blue on. I've got mine on. You see it here. I also have me some nice red Converse that I'm donning today. So yeah, it's a sea of red, white, and blue today. So many people here today. Something else that I've noticed is that there are generations of people here, all different kinds of ages. There are kids, veterans, all the way up to the top. So many people here to support in the community. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking to people right here in our community, hearing their stories. So many veterans right here at home, and just hearing their service, how they've served us, and basically how they're feeling about the parade here today. We've got an exciting show for you planned, so we'll check back in with you soon. But for now, Liz, back to you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Claudia. And we continue with our Vets in Vets, and followed by, I see Mac McCutcheon, Madison County Commission Chair. He is riding. Keith is toting him around there, right there around the parade route. Mac is back.
Liz, Mac is also an Army veteran.
He is.
He was with the Huntsville Police Department for 25 years. Mac has been a tremendous service to the nation and the community. Thank you, Mac McCutcheon.
Former Alabama Speaker of the House as well. Now, can you hear the rumble? You hear these motorcycles coming. These are the Tuskegee Airmen Motorcycle Club. The mission of the Tuskegee Airmen Motorcycle Club of Alabama is to assist in maintaining the legacy of the original Tuskegee Airmen of World War II. They ride these motorcycles in remembrance and in respect of the Tuskegee Airmen who fought and endured, that we may have the opportunity not only to dream, but to become everything today that they were told was not possible. Tremendous influence, tremendous help in World War II. They are the Red Tails. Today riding on two wheels, and sometimes three. Following the Tuskegee Airmen Motorcycle Club, we have the Hempsey Color Guard.
Hempsey Color Guard walking through our parade. Hempsey has more than 250 dedicated employees serving over 370 residents in our area, covering over 800 square miles, providing emergency services to Madison County. They're a not-for-profit emergency medical services provider, nationally recognized for their high-performance services. Ambulance transportation for emergencies and non-emergencies for all of Madison, Huntsville, and Madison County. Thank you, Hempsey. Liz, do you know who's next?
I am
looking.
Who
this is?
I see hands. Oh, I know those guys. They are in our storm tracker. Do you recognize them?
I do.
I see Matt is driving, and I see who's in there. There we go. Oh, we've got kids. Okay. And following the storm tracker, we have, do you know what that equipment's called? We got Jeff and we've got Eric, and we have Brad Travis, all in a U.S. Navy.
The Channel 48 news crew.
from the Veterans Memorial. A lot of the equipment, most of it today, will be coming from the Huntsville Veterans Museum. Thank you. Thank you. Jeff saying they're going to take the credit for the sunshine. Can you make it a little cooler? Just a cloud or two would be most appreciated.
Most of that military equipment we're starting to see, and we'll see a lot more this morning as the parade continues, as you said, comes from the Veterans Museum here in Huntsville. An incredible museum down on Airport Road. And ladies and gentlemen, in May or June of 2025, our museum is going to get a new building.
I hear that.
Located right next to its current location. There are tremendous military artifacts in that museum. Some we're going to talk about today, and you're going to see it in a brand new building in a year.
We also see the Rock Family Worship Center's Royal Rangers program, an activity-based small group church ministry for boys and young men, grades K through 12. The mission is to evangelize, equip, and empower the next generation of Christ-like men and lifelong servant leaders. They are celebrating today those who served.
We're so fortunate to have so many great organizations that help our children grow and safely learn. From the Royal Rangers to now the Rock Family American Heritage Girls Troop 3560 and the Boys Troop Alabama Trail Life 1263. Giving girls and boys opportunities to camp, get outdoors, learn crafts, and so much more.
Look at them waving the red, white, and blue. Adorable. Thank you all for being with us today. Happy
Veterans Day to you, kids. You look fabulous. Thank you.
Future leaders there, John.
That's it. Our next generation of leaders are coming right down the street. They continue to come.
And then the boys are walking. That's the Trail Life USA Troop 1263. Good morning, kids. And then, of course, we know this vehicle. We just hopped this vehicle a few minutes ago when we came over from the Veterans Breakfast this morning.
Huntsville's Big Red Trolley coming down the street.
Started in 1900 and was originally electric at the time, riding along the tracks to replace the horse-drawn carts. Besides being a new form of transportation, those trolleys became a source of entertainment as well. The trolleys we see in Huntsville today are reproductions of the original trolley designs. The original trolley tracks, by the way, still lie beneath the paved roads of downtown Huntsville. You'll see them occasionally.
Liz coming down the street, standing tall, looking good, is Lee New Century Army Junior ROTC General Battalion.
The Lehigh Generals, motivating young people to be better citizens.
One of the best things about our parade is the number of junior ROTC formations that come through, followed by high school marching bands. Lee High School's junior ROTC program.
It's commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Cologne Hayden Wells and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Braxton Horton. The General
Battalion is the only junior ROTC program in the state of Alabama that has a recipient of the Legion of Valor with Bronze Cross, the highest award earned in junior ROTC for academic and leadership excellence for 5 consecutive years.
Let's take a listen now to the Lehigh School 5-star marching machine.
marching band.
Battle hymn, love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's got to get your blood pumping. Thank you, Lehigh.
Right now, we have the Redstone Harley Owners Group. They would be the Hogs.
Get your motor running, Liz. Here comes the Redstone Harley Davidson Owners Group, the Hogs, Chapter 4052. I think they're going to drown us out.
Can you hear them? Wow, that's a lot of hog there. This chapter of the Harley-Davidson owned motorcycle riders sponsored by our local Redstone Harley-Davidson dealership, and the chapter's primary focus is to ride and have fun.
Liz, the local chapter here likes to boast that just under 40% of their membership in the Harley Owners Group are veterans of our armed forces. Thank you for your service, Harley owners.
We've extended the parade this year, John. Sometimes they're going to be clogged, sometimes there are going to be gaps as we're walking. The parade this year extended again all the way to Big Spring and around the Civic Center, 150 strong. Sometimes you can hear them.
Given the size of our parade, it was great that the city extended the route. Give us a little more space for all these patriots that want to get into our Veterans Day parade.
And we do have 150 strong today, a lot of entries. And it is big and long, and I can see it stretching all the way to the Civic Center from where I am right now.
We've got the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 1067, led by Chapter President Sergeant Major retired Bobby Langford Sr. and his lovely wife Barbara with. They're bringing the float here for the Vietnam Veterans of America.
And we have Sergeant John Elmore, and we also have Vietnam vet Charlie Miller. Good morning, Charlie Miller. How are you, sir? President of the chaplain. We love you too. Thank you for serving, Charlie.
Go Ordnance.
Thank you, Channel 48, for your total support of the Vietnam Veterans of America.
Our Vietnam veterans are so important to us now. We've got less and less World War II veterans every day, Korean War veterans getting older. Our Vietnam veterans, I think, come from a generation that due to the challenges they had, they never stopped serving and standing up for America's soldiers. Again, my generation of soldiers benefited from our Vietnam veterans showing up at all of our events, making sure America never forgot them when they had soldiers deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan. Thank you so much, Vietnam veterans.
Followed by Charlie Miller, who's not related, we have the Miller brothers from Decatur. The Miller brothers, by the way, all went to Vietnam and all came back. When the United States called its young men to arms, they went.
That is a family that understood the call to service. Thank you, Miller family. Thank you, Father Miller, who served, the sons, the 5 Miller brothers. Thank you, Mama Miller, for letting your men go to serve the country and deploy into combat.
Amen. Let's check in with our Claudia Peppenhorst with the Miller brothers. Claudia?
Hi, Liz. Welcome back. Well, I'm joined with a very special guest, Colonel Erin Ike. You are the first female garrison commander at Redstone. Thanks so much for joining us here today. How are you feeling?
I feel great. This is such an amazing community, and it's such a great turnout and to thank our veterans and our service members. This is amazing.
Truly is an amazing turnout here today. I was telling you guys earlier, the crowd is absolutely electric. So for you as someone in the service, how are you feeling seeing so many people come out in the community to support people like you and veterans here in our country?
I think it's so important to honor our veterans, and this community is really making a show of it. And what a warm welcome. I've been here for a couple months, but this is an amazing turnout of veterans and community, and it really touches my heart.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your service and what you do.
I am a signal officer. I'm the garrison commander currently, and it's kind of a lot of people equate it to being the mayor of Redstone Arsenal, but we work with support services to ensure that Redstone Arsenal can function and do all of its missions.
And as I mentioned, you are the first female garrison commander at Redstone. Talk to me a little bit about that role and what that means to you.
It's incredibly exciting. I just appreciate all the females that have come before me and able to set those tracks. But I'm here for support for all of our missions and excited to do that.
Anything in particular that you're looking forward to in today's parade?
I'm excited to see the bands. Honestly, all the young all the young community members coming out and showing support. It's phenomenal.
And we've got a band heading our way. So Liz, I'm going to toss it back to you. Thanks so much for joining us. All right, Liz, back to you.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Tennessee Valley Chapter, Sons of the American Revolution, passing us by right now. DAR, America's first veterans.
We had the Sons of the American Revolution with the float George Washington crossing the Delaware. We have the Daughters of the American Revolution with Betsy Ross sewing the flag.
I saw that. We also have the Kate Duncan Smith DAR School Band.
Look at them in those uniforms. They look great. They're going to sound even better here in a minute.
They are wearing their Revolutionary War musicians uniforms. Let's take a listen.
Veterans Day gives us a great opportunity to recognize those that came all the way, bloodlines going all the way back to our American Revolution, with the Sons of the American Revolution, the Daughters of the American Revolution. And they stand to maintain that connection, to make people aware and support their local communities, support their veterans. We love them.
And so I recognize this man. Do you? Abe Lincoln.
Honest Abe coming down the street.
You're looking good. You're looking real good today. Following President Lincoln, we have Vietnam veteran Captain Joseph Eastis. Captain Eastis, United States Air Force, retired, a disabled Vietnam veteran, served our country for more than 20 years. Proud to be riding with his wife today and a few kiddos in there as well. Thank you for serving, sir. We're also hearing right now the Mae Jemison High School Junior.
Right, Liz, right behind Captain Eastis, we've got the Jamison High School Air Force Junior ROTC and the Jamison Marching Band proudly sounding off. Way to go, Jamison.
Way to go, Jemison. The mighty sounds of the South. Jemison Band strives for excellence in leadership, citizenship, musicianship, and showmanship. And it boasts the first marching band to perform at the Orion Amphitheater. Of course, the school named a few years ago when Johnson went away, Mae Jemison came on, named after astronaut Mae Jemison. And they're continuing in that with the Air Force. Now we have spokes and vogues. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at these vehicles. These are specialty vehicles. If you know Snoop Dogg, you know about spokes and vogues. He comes to town frequently, and he loves what this entire effort is all about. Spokes and Vogues, started by Lee Adams, a nonprofit organization titled Team Lock Foundation. It's to be a beacon to inner city youth, and collaborated with the Orion Amphitheater to bring major concerts to Huntsville. They build custom vehicles. They wrap vehicles. They take them to car shows and concerts. And we appreciate all they do.
When Spokes and Vogues come by, you better have your sunglasses on this sunny day. Liz, next is the storied 82nd Airborne Association from the 82nd Airborne Division. America's All-Americans. Paratroopers. Formed in 1917 as the 82nd Division with the Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee infantrymen.
And now we have the Owens Crossroads Police Department. We have 3 Hummers, ladies and gentlemen, with Owens Crossroads. 9 state-certified officers, including the K-9 unit, and 9 non-certified reserve officers serving and protecting the Owens Crossroads area. Lieutenant Scott Worsham, Reserve Officer Jeremy Kiefer, Derek Green, a Marine veteran, Juan Aguila, Sonny Hatcher, all of these serving the city of Owens Crossroads. Thank you for serving in our nation's military and for serving us locally. Following Owens Crossroads PD, we have the Rocket City Young Marines.
The Young Marines, a great youth education and service program for boys and girls ages 8 through high school graduation. The program focuses on character building, leadership, self-discipline, and promoting a healthy lifestyle. In the last few years, we've had the Young Marines helping us out with the Huntsville Memorial Day ceremony, helping lay the wreaths here at Memorial Park. Doing a great job in their community service, the Young Marines.
Following the Young Marines, we have Jewish War Veterans. The Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America, JWV, is the longest-running veteran service organization in America. It was founded in 1896 by a group of Jewish veterans from the Civil War. It's been a leading voice of American Jewry in the veteran community ever since then. Thank you for serving.
Thank you for serving and representing today, Jewish War Veterans, in our parade. Liz, next up is Corson Fire and Security. I've seen Corson in the parade every year. Casey, the dog, the black lab, and their program. I didn't realize till this year Corson has been around for almost 78 years.
Look, Casey's
starting
looking
off
on
as
the
a
other
family-owned
side.
business.
Casey.
Casey's runs a program inside of Corson that does fire education and training. Her trainer plays guitar and sings songs during the performances, and Casey actually demonstrates the tasks for fire safety. Great kids youth program, education program brought by Corson.
They'll pay attention if they see a dog doing it. You know that.
You know, they say every dog has its day, unless it loses its tail. Then it's a weekend.
Oh, that was bad, John. Following Casey and Corson, we're going to go right now to Claudia Peppenhorst, who I believe has caught up with Honest Abe. Claudia?
That is correct, Liz. I have a very special guest with us right now. Abraham Lincoln joining us here today at the Veterans Day Parade. We are walking and talking. We are actually waving in the parade right now. Abe, how you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
So Abe is actually Mike Cox. So Mike, tell me a little bit about why you do this, why you decide to dress up as Abraham Lincoln in our community.
Because everybody always said I look like Abraham Lincoln no matter what I do, even in my work clothes. So on this special day, we want to honor all those vets, past, present, and future, those that are serving, protecting our rights and freedoms so we be able to have those rights and freedoms.
And he really does look like Abraham Lincoln. I mean, look at him, and he's got the whole get-up, head to toe. Now, Mike, all day long, I was catching up with you earlier, all the kids, every time they see you, their faces just light up. They're waving. Look, right here, Abraham Lincoln. Everyone's yelling your name. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good that I'm making people happy. We need more happy and joy in this country.
Absolutely. All right, Abe, thanks so much for joining us here today. Mike, enjoy the parade. Thank you for all that you do. All right, Liz, back to you guys. We'll catch up again soon.
I'd say that was a very honest answer from Abraham Lincoln.
Very much so. Now, we have the Rocket City Wranglers who are traveling through. They are pretty amazing in my book. If you remember back earlier this year when we had the snow/ice storm, the Rocket City Wranglers were there at the rescue, taking medical personnel, doctors, nurses back and forth to the hospital, getting people where they needed to be. One picked me up to bring me to work. from downtown Huntsville. I mean, it's amazing what they can do in these Wranglers, and we appreciate them each and every day. And every time we seem to have a disaster here, they are at the ready.
It's a great club in our Huntsville community. They have a great time with off-road rides that they get together. You see all the Jeeps show up and away they go.
And now we have the James Clemens Army Junior ROTC Jet Battalion coming in front of the Veterans Memorial Park here, commanded by Major Rez Lennon and Staff Sergeant Major Samuel McCrae.
Their mission is to motivate young people to become better citizens by providing quality leadership, character, and citizenship to strengthen community, all while having fun. They pride themselves in their discipline, high moral standards, and community service. And I'd say that discipline is showing well today in those uniforms marching down the street.
Looking good.
Thank you, James Clemens cadets.
Following James Clemens, we have the Knights of Columbus, Assembly 4. We mentioned Rudy Chavez, our Grand Marshal today, a very active member of the Knights of Columbus, a Catholic men's organization that does so much humanitarian work locally and beyond, and we appreciate their efforts today, emphasizing freedom is not free. Thank you, Knights of Columbus.
Rudy Chavez was great to share with us today, reminded us that the Knights of Columbus, advocating to then President Eisenhower in 1950, got President Eisenhower to update the Pledge of Allegiance to include the phrase, under God, one nation under God. Knights of Columbus, thank you for your community service and what you do.
Following Knights of Columbus, we have the Rocket City Rescue. You see a lot of pooches out there. There's a good reason for that. Rocket City Rescue, an animal rescue organization that saves homeless animals and then finds them forever homes. And look at them. And I imagine all those animals are up for adoption, right? Thank you, ladies. Again, all those animals that you see here are up for adoption. Beautiful specimens out there. Following Rocket City Rescue, we have Urban Emphasis Scout Leaders Council. That would be Troop 102, Boy Scouts of America. Good morning.
Got Boy Scouts and a Cub Scout on board there. Cub Scout Pack 906, showing their arrow of light on the back of their trailer and float there. American Legion Post 237, Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is coming through. The Clayton E. Moneymaker American Legion Post 237 is the largest American Legion post in the state of Alabama, ladies and gentlemen.
How about that? Really, the largest?
The American Legion is the nation's largest wartime veteran service organization.
Commander Jerry Phelps is the American Legion car. He's in that, followed by members of Squadron 237 of the American Legion Riders. And there we see the American Legion Riders following up.
This is
Combat
the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, represented with all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby, and a couple toy Jeeps at the back end, I see.
Thank you and welcome home. And now we see Drake State. We see the transportation systems that typically run around campus at Drake State.
Drake State Community and Technical College. They're the proud recipient of the Silver military-friendly and military spouse-friendly designations for the school and colleges and universities, making it easier for veteran soldiers and their family members to get an education and maybe a trade. They actively support veterans, military personnel, and their dependents, who are a significant population of their student body.
There is a certain curriculum there that is available to veterans when they come home through Drake State, in conjunction with still serving veterans and so many organizations that work in tandem.
Drake State's done a great job. So other colleges in the country helping recognize the skills and experiences our military members gain while in service, shortening their path to a degree, helping them move on in life and transition out of the military to successful work life. And most certainly assimilating into their community, just like we see here today in Huntsville and the Tennessee Valley.
We also have American Heritage Girls, Alabama 3110, and Trail Life, Alabama 2819. A lot of boys and girls here with these troops. It's a ministry of the Summit Crossing Community Church. Together, the mission is to guide young men and women to honor God, lead with integrity, serve others, and experience outdoor adventure. How fun. Two separate organizations, but they are brother-sister troops with God and in their faith.
Faith, service, and fun. You can't get enough of all three.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Following them, we have the Rocket City Twirlers. Hi, girls. How are you?
Let's see those batons twirling. There they go.
Yay! Good job. It's not easy when you toss that baton in the air in the sun.
Liz,
let me tell you.
This group offers classes on baton twirling starting at age 3. My guess is the batons are longer than some of those twirlers at age 3.
Yes. Following the twirlers, we have the Buckhorn High School Junior ROTC. Buckhorn High, of course, located in Northeast Madison County in Newmarket. The Buck Battalion under the command of Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Garrett Madden and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Caden Closso.
Their senior Army instructor is a retired captain, Kenyatta Wallace, and their Army instructor is Sergeant First Class retired Keith Lewis. One of the more recent activities at Junior ROTC for those instructors, those senior military instructors, is to hire retired military right back into the ranks of the Junior ROTC. They get hired and employed at their retired rank, and they continue to serve, leading those children, getting them introduced to Junior ROTC and the citizenship that they learn in the Junior ROTC programs.
I would say discipline as well. Organizational skills, discipline. I watched my son in the Air Force Junior ROTC, and it was great to witness that.
Here's the Tony Volunteer Fire Department. The Tony Volunteer Fire and Rescue is a nonprofit organization. They're a certified Class 5 fire department situated in northwest Madison County, established in 1968. The Tony Volunteer Fire Department has proudly served the residents of Tony and the surrounding communities for over 5 decades.
Walking behind is City Councilman Bill Kling, again, City of Huntsville.
And here we come with more Corvette enthusiasts.
That's right. Promoting enjoyment and the thrill of driving those top-down vets. This club supports multiple nonprofit charitable initiatives, including St. Jude Children's Hospital, Meals on Wheels for seniors, all in the Madison County area.
I don't think they're real Corvettes, Liz. I just don't hear the engines rumbling. They must be just
I don't
Corvette
hear them either.
It's the quietest bunch of Corvettes I've ever seen.
Beautiful cars, though.
They look good.
Some vintage, some brand new. Former Huntsville Police Captain Mike Izzo here now with the Alabama National Guard, second in command now.
And Assistant Adjutant General of the Alabama National Guard, Brigadier General Mike Izzo.
Still patrolling, I see, sir. Walking around the perimeter.
Always on the job.
Always. And following the Corvette, still serving veterans, we had a lovely opportunity this morning to talk to the new admiral in charge, the retired admiral, over still serving veterans. What a great group it is that is a buffer and an organization that offers a segue.
Yeah, Liz, I wouldn't call them a buffer. I would call them a bridge. Still serving veterans. They do so much for our veterans in this community. Just this year, they've helped 1,511 so far, 1,511 transitioning veterans get meaningful employment. At an average salary of $76,000, that is over $124 million in salaries they've helped veterans get. They've helped locally veterans with injuries and disabilities receive their Veterans Administration disability benefits and claims to over $10 million. Over $10 million in benefits in the local community. And Liz, I see my own counselor right there from Still Serving Vets. I owe her some paperwork, but I'm coming. You can't stay away from Still Serving Vets if you're a veteran or family member. They're too good.
They are too good. We thank you for what you do. Following Still Serving Veterans, we have the Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Vet Church. Union Chapel Veterans Ministry serving all branches with Pastor O. Wendell Davis from Union Chapel.
Union Chapel looking good this morning.
The Veteran Ministry.
We see you. We salute you.
Good morning. A lot of veterans on there.
You know, Liz, they say there are no atheists in foxholes.
You would know. So true.
And it's so great to see those men still serving their communities long after they left their military service.
Good morning, Union Chapel. And they have a bus full here, too. Awesome. Next, we have the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 156. Also from Union Chapel, operating out of the church. It's great to see so many local churches that have the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scout troops.
That's right. And you look at those young men carrying their colors for that Boy Scout troop. The sash they wear with all of those patches on it denote the different merit badges that they've earned on their way to Eagle Scout. It's a tremendous program for our boys, Boy Scouts. Of course, Sir Baden Powell establishing the Boy Scouts so many years ago. Decades, generations ago of Boy Scouts. Less than 3% of Boy Scouts get to that Eagle Scout rank.
But we have many Eagle Scouts in this community. It
yes,
is
we do.
Amazing to see that. High achievement. Again, the Boy
Here's the
Scouts
younger
of America.
version, the Cub Scouts.
And the Weeblos, I think, in there somewhere. Again, that's Troop 156.
Also from Union Chapel.
Look at what's coming. My goodness. This is a 1918 World War I Liberty truck on a trailer. That's a TOT. That's a TOT. Truck on a trailer.
This is the newest pride of our Huntsville Veterans Museum. This Liberty truck was widely used in World War I. It was the first standardized military vehicle, meaning they had over 15 different companies in the U.S. producing Liberty trucks, and they could do it because they all had the same parts associated with it. Prior to that, with motorized vehicles coming into the military, they had all kinds of different fleets and mismatched, hard to maintain.
Yeah.
But when you have them all in the same type of wheels, same type of engines, it makes it a lot easier to maintain that fleet.
That's the first of many military vehicles coming our way.
Liz, that Liberty truck operated on only 52 horsepower, but could get up to 15 miles per hour.
Again, we have many, many, many. Let's check in with our Claudia Peppenhorst now with the latest on where she is.
Hey Liz, welcome back in. I was telling you guys earlier, we have all generations here today at the Veterans Day Parade, and that includes a ton of kids joining us here today, supporting veterans right here in our community. So we're here joined by so many friends right now. Guys, I'm going to ask you first, tell me your name and how old you are. I'll start with you.
My name is Isaac, and my age is 9.
Isaac, 9.
My name is Maddie, and I'm 6.
Okay.
And then I'm Hattie, and then I'm
4. All right, guys, what about you? How your name and how old you are?
I'm Jetton, and I'm 4. I'm Angelina, I'm 6, not 6, 8.
8 years old.
My name is Leo, and I'm 10.
10 years. Okay, we got all kinds of ages here today. Okay, guys, you were telling me y'all are out of school today. Now, you could have been at home. You could have been lounging on the couch, watching TV, but you said no. You said, I'm going to be here today at the Veterans Day Parade. Tell me why that is and why you guys are here.
Why I go to the Veterans Day is to support all the veterans that have been fighting for our freedom.
Absolutely. What about you guys? Why are you here today?
I don't know.
You don't know? Here to support the veterans. Why are y'all here today? Tell me why you're here and how you skipped school today and you're here and supporting veterans.
Yeah, I have 3 days off, and I wanted to see all of this.
You wanted to see all of this. All right, friends. We have seen a lot come by so far in this parade. Tell me, what has been y'all's favorite part here at the Veterans Day Parade?
The bagpipes, because part of my family originates from Germany.
Very nice. The bagpipes were really cool. What was your favorite part, sweetie?
Same thing as my brother.
Same thing as your brother. What about you guys? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, what my favorite part is going to be is the Northrop Grumman part because what's his name again?
It's just cool. All kinds of stuff going by earlier.
Like my dad's friend is gonna hold the poster.
Very cool. Very nice. All right, friends, thanks for joining us. You're on TV right now. And, friends, there is more to come. We'll check back in. We're going to find more people in the crowd to talk to, more kids, more veterans. But for now, Liz, back to you.
Thank you, Claudia.
Liz, we just saw a host of military equipment rolling through, starting off with World War II era Jeeps, going through to the Korean War era upgrades, which became the Jeeps became CJ5s that are used today. We saw the half tracks and the light trucks.
And now we see a Huey.
We've got our UH-1 Huey helicopter.
Look at that. That's amazing. Rolling down the streets of Huntsville.
This Huey gunship served in Vietnam for 22 months with the 170th Air Assault Helicopter Company, flying under the call sign Buccaneer 3 or Buck 3. That helicopter flew over 1,400 combat hours in Vietnam and was twice damaged by enemy fire.
The yellow shirt marchers and riders following from the North Alabama chapter of the Vietnam Helicopter Pilots Association and their families, a not-for-profit veterans organization whose purpose is to enhance local area cohesiveness and really keep alive the memories of these helicopter pilots who were so vital in Vietnam.
And you saw by that gentleman's distinguished headgear, he was Air Cavalry, ladies and gentlemen, starting off with when those helicopters came into our military service.
And we hear the Columbia High School JROTC, the Eagle Battalion, led by an all-female team for the first time in Huntsville City Schools history.
Columbia High School's Junior ROTC program has annually been one of the largest in our area. That high school produces members, those young men and women they see something better to be a part of in that junior ROTC program, and then we see it when they show up with their color guards and their saber shows, their drill and ceremony shows. Outstanding junior ROTC program, Liz.
And while many people, if parents are thinking, you know, as they've got an elementary school or a middle schooler, and they're wondering, should my child go to a school and enroll in the JROTC? Tell me about the benefits. It doesn't necessarily mean that they will choose to eventually go into the military, but what are the benefits just in the high school years of joining that?
Well, first of all, Liz, a high school student is very busy these days with sports, extracurriculars, and the academics they have to complete to get their high school degree in their 4 years. The junior ROTC classes actually qualify for a phys ed credit, so they get credit for the classes they take while they're in junior ROTC. It is not a lead into military service necessarily. Some will enlist into the services, some will go on to ROTC programs at the university level. But it does teach citizenship, values, leadership, and so much more.
Following JROTC, we have the Columbia High School Band and its cheerleaders. Let's take a listen. Do you know what's unique about Columbia? Columbia just formed a mariachi band. The school just formed a mariachi band. So besides the concert band and the marching band, they now have a mariachi band. I think that is
We see
amazing.
The Golden Girls dance team from Columbia High School following behind the band, led by Ms. Shauna Wheeler and her assistant, Mr. Charles LeGrand.
The mighty Marching Eagles.
The Columbia High School cheerleaders are also in the mix there.
And I see a beautiful white Mercedes coming our way. I believe this is retired Sergeant First Class Marion Terry, a 1965 Vietnam veteran. He served in the United States Army, 20 years active duty, 21 years civil service.
21 years of civil service on top of 20 years of uniform service. Sergeant First Class Marion Terry, great to have you in our parade today. Thank you for your service.
And now we have the Valley Leadership Academy. It is a nonprofit whose mission is to cultivate servant leaders through a family-centered hybrid K-12 education that's rooted in love and curiosity and empowerment. They empower kids to chart their own paths and inspire them to help others to do the same, preparing them to light the way as future leaders who will change the world. We also have the VFW Post 2702, the Gentry Isom VFW Post 2702.
This is a great group of men and women that do so much for our community. Last year, they were a recipient of the Veterans Organization of the Year in the North Alabama Veterans Fraternal Coalition. Great to see them out here today and every year in our parade.
Following them, Boy Scouts of America Troop 343 and the Cub Scouts. Hello, boys. Cub Scout Pack 7343.
And they're not riding on a float. They're doing it by foot through this parade. Good job, Boy Scouts.
Good morning. They've got several entries, as we see. The Pack 343. The Boy Scouts, followed by troop leaders and moms and dads. Good morning.
Pack 343 Cub Scouts. It's so important for the scout system to have those Cub Scouts that allows them to start and then grow into Boy Scouts. They have a bridge crossing ceremony when they take them over into the Boy Scouts. It's fabulous. My two sons went through scouting. Through all my military moves, there was always Boy Scouts. Boys and Girl Scouts of America have large connections to the military installations around the world. My boys were in Boy Scouts in Rome, Italy, and spent summer camp in Sherwood Forest, England.
Oh, my goodness.
No kidding.
They'll never
Amazing
forget that.
opportunities throughout scouting.
They will never forget that. I see a lot of red lights. You know, when you look in the rearview mirror, you never want to see a red light. Today, though, this is a beautiful sight. Before us, we have the Monrovia Volunteer Fire and Rescue.
These volunteer fire departments are amazing when you think about the demands of a firefighter and the risks associated, yet every one of them are volunteers. And then the funding to support veterans firefighting programs, those are not inexpensive pieces of equipment, obviously.
We
love
also have
our
that.
volunteer firemen.
And look at Sparky. Is that Sparky up there on top of the Monrovia ladder truck on Tower 512?
You got to have a Dalmatian when you have a fire truck.
Oh, and the kids love it. Following Monrovia, we have the Huntsville Redstone Arsenal, Team Red, White, and Blue. You see the RWB right there. There's a beagle driving that GMC. Do you see that? May I see his license, please? He's like, everybody's coming out to see me today. Good morning. The RWB.
Red, white, and blue coming through our parade now. Everybody shows up for the Huntsville Veterans Day Parade.
We have the Madison County High School Tiger Battalion following right behind. The Army JROTC Tiger Battalion led by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel James Nix. Outstanding young men and women of character live by their motto, make your mark. Earlier this morning, the battalion placed flags honoring the service and sacrifice of our local fallen veterans at the Valhalla Memorial Gardens in North Huntsville.
Getting their community service in. Here we have World War II surviving father Martha Jones. Martha's riding in a 1932 Oldsmobile F-32. Beautiful indeed. And right behind is a 2004 Chevy SRS. 'Tis a sporty ride, it says.
We also have Little Miss Alabama. You see a lot of crowns coming our way and a lot of balloons.
Little Miss Alabama.
Let's check back in with our Claudia Peppenhorst somewhere along the parade route. Where are you, Claudia?
Hey, Liz, I am literally right across the road from you, but I have a special guest joining us now, Colonel Nicole Downs. Hey there, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you.
I am doing great. We're having a great day, a great parade. Now, tell me a little bit about you. Tell me about your service and what you do.
So my name is Nicole Downs, and I'm the Director of Public and Congressional Affairs at Army Materiel Command, where essentially what we do is we support the community with the members from our office, from our commands, come out and support all the events that go on.
Absolutely. So you do some amazing work here in our community. Now, you were just telling me this is your first ever Huntsville Veterans Day Parade. What do you think so far?
It is, and I think it's great that so many members of the community come out to support the veterans, and then there's just such a large presence of veterans in the community. It seems like everywhere I go, I run into veterans, and then I've been to multiple events this week for Veterans Day, so I think it's a really great thing that it's not just the veterans in the community, but also the people that support veterans.
And like you said, just an amazing presence here today at the parade. Now, we've seen so many people literally lining the street, seeing all these people here, all generations. What's going through your head seeing all this support for veterans?
Well, it's just great that everybody comes together to do that. I find it very, it's awesome. I think it's exciting. Like it makes my heart happy, honestly. So I like that a lot.
That's a good way to feel. Makes my heart happy. All right, I got to ask, any favorite part of the parade so far?
So I'm a fan of music, so I love the marching bands, no matter what level they're at. Being a member of band growing up, so that is definitely one of my most favorite things to see. And then probably to reverse that, I also love to see the older veterans that come out to participate in, not just watch, but to participate in the parade. I think that's great that they can still get out and do that.
Absolutely. We've had so many amazing parts of our parade so far. More to come. But for now, Liz, I'm going to toss it back to you.
Thank you. We're just seeing Larry Van Oy, Veteran of the Year for 2024 from NAVFOC, just passing us by in a really cool vehicle. You can't miss him as he passes by, Claudia, down your way. Following Larry, we have the Madison County Legion Post 229, and there are many units there with 229. They're from Madison County, American Legion Post, serving veterans and their families in our community since 1969. That's about, 55 years or so. Mission of the American Legion to enhance the well-being of Americans, veterans and families, military throughout our community. And we also have the Tut Van State Veterans Home. These are all our heroes. So good morning. Oh, we are so glad you could drive in the parade and carry our beloved heroes today from Tut Van Veterans Home. The Veterans Home was built. Sadly, Tut Van did not see it come to fruition. He passed away as an American hero just a couple years beforehand, but it offers so much to our veterans who can no longer live alone.
It does, Liz. Tut Van State Veterans Home is an incredible place where so many of our aging veterans can still get the support. They have someone close by. They have veterans that they still share their stories with. Our AUSA chapter goes out every month for a pizza dinner with the veterans at Tut Van, and it's just a tremendous time to spend with those senior vets.
Let's listen now to the Grissom High School Tiger Battalion. Not only the JROTC, but also the Grissom High School Band. 150 strong, proud to march and honor our veterans today. Let's take a listen. As an old drum major, I love to hear that cadence.
They look great. They sound great. They look like they're walking a little stiff. That's because they measure their step for the football fields. 8 steps for every 5 yards. That's right.
8 to 5. Good morning.
I think this is the Coleman County Wranglers coming through. This is a group of Jeep Wrangler enthusiasts from Coleman County and surrounding areas that is over 1,600 members strong who believe in community service and always tread lightly by leaving every trail as they visit in better shape than they found it. Thank you, Coleman County Wranglers. Great to see you today. You look sharp.
Welcome to Madison County.
Hard to believe those Jeeps have been off-road. They look so good.
Looking clean. Following the Coleman County Wrangler, St. John's African Methodist Episcopal Church. Right in downtown Huntsville, St. John's African American Episcopal Church honors veterans and has a color guard too. Followed by a very important member of our local community, Redstone Federal Credit Union. Good to see you all. Thank you so much.
Redstone Federal Credit Union, we see them on a lot of corners in the Tennessee Valley. We don't always think and understand. Remember, they're a non-for-profit financial cooperative owned by its members. That means that its profits are returned to its members in the form of lower rates, fewer fees, and higher member rewards. Their team is made up of some of the best in the financial industry, all focused on delivering excellence to their members every day. They appreciate the community's support over the years. They take pride in being a part of the North Alabama community, giving back.
Following Redstone Federal Credit Union, we have the Al-Azhar Shrine Temple, number 195, and the Al-Azhar Court, 181, Prince Hall affiliated Huntsville chapter. Thank you, Al-Azhar.
Veterans Day parades give us a chance to recognize the Shriners and all that they do for children's hospitals and community support.
And burn centers. All the children who have maladies or injuries, they are right there. Following them, we have the Tennessee Valley chapter of the Air and Space Forces Association.
The mission of the Tennessee Valley chapter of the Air and Space Forces Association is to promote dominant U.S. air and space forces as the foundation of a strong national defense, to honor and support our airmen, guardians, and their families, and to remember and respect our enduring heritage.
In Huntsville, we have the Army, dominant Army on the ground, and we have the air with the space and with the Air Force covering the skies. And together, they work congruently. Following them, we have the Civil Air Patrol
from Redstone. The Redstone Composite Squadron of the Civil Air Patrol, which is actually a civilian auxiliary of the United States Air Force, ladies and gentlemen. Civil Air Patrol is a premier public service organization that carries out emergency service missions in the air and on the ground. The cadet program promotes aviation and related fields through aerospace and STEM education and helps shape future leaders. This Huntsville-based all-volunteer squadron is made up of 90 cadets and 55 adult members. Cadets from Redstone Squadron have had great success competing in national drone, cyber security, and rocketry competitions. Meets on Monday evenings at 6:30 at the Central Church of Christ on Clinton Avenue if you're interested. Great opportunity for kids 12 to 18 years to learn about aviation.
Following them, we have the Killingsworth Cove Volunteer Fire Department. Killingsworth Cove Volunteer Fire and Rescue, 100% volunteer, dedicated to the preservation of life and property through fire, rescue, and emergency medical services. They're in the Killingsworth Cove area. That includes Gurley and Keel Mountain and Maysville, Ryland, as well as Brownsboro.
Liz, that first truck for them is a converted military LMTV, light medium tactical vehicle, the trucks that we had in the military after the 5-ton vehicles.
Where is that used?
That's used throughout the formations in the Army, anywhere they've got to haul cargo. Very versatile vehicle. Obviously, they've bought one, converted it to a fire truck. Here comes the L&B Crime Stoppers. Proud to be in our parade today, taking a little bit of time off to honor our veterans. When they're on the job, they offer cash awards for information on felony crimes. So watch out, bad boys. Crime Stoppers may be coming after you.
That's right. airing on WAFF 48, followed by the Tennessee Valley Jeep Club. Love those flags, wave them proudly, like-minded people together supporting our local communities. Here we get a lot of Wranglers. I did not realize we had so many.
Tennessee Valley Jeep Club.
Oh boy. We talked about sports teams today. We knew the sports teams were going to be here, and we thought that their mascots would be here as well.
There's the Huntsville Havoc, Chaos and Ruckus. Always fun to see them at a Huntsville Havoc game. The way they interact with the crowd is fabulous.
Have they been causing issues throughout the parade? I have not gotten any reports from Huntsville police, so you must have been pretty good. Yep, not me. Nothing to see here. I didn't do anything. I didn't cause a ruckus.
My favorite event at the Huntsville Havoc hockey games is always the chuck-a-puck in between periods.
That's when you watch out for your teeth and your face. Chaos and Ruckus, Huntsville Havoc. Now we have the Huntsville High School Space Force, JROTC Phantom Panthers.
Huntsville High, no stranger to the community, but their junior ROTC program was one of the first Space Force junior ROTC designees in the nation.
They used to be the Air Force ROTC, then transferred, just like many in the Air Force did, to Space Force. Many, many strong here. Space Force, of course, located at Redstone Arsenal. People may not realize that. There is a contingency of Space Force very strong there because it takes protecting the ground, the sea, the air, and space when it comes to protecting America. Now we have the Huntsville High School Marching Panthers.
Over 160 members in their band.
Last season they competed and they won Best in Class, the best class band in all competitions that they competed in. These students traveled to London as well to march in the New Year's Day parade last January. And they will soon be performing the national anthem for the St. Louis Cardinals and performing with the United States Air Force Band in Mid-America later on this year. And now let's go to Claudia Peppenhorst, who has a very special guest, General Bob Drolet. Claudia.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Liz. Joining me here now, retired Army veteran Bob Drolet. Hey, Bob, how you feeling today?
I'm doing great. What a great day it is here in Huntsville, Alabama, isn't it?
It is. It is an absolutely great day. Now, I've got to tell you guys at home, when I came up to him and introduced myself, he handed me his business card. Now, he has got a stacked resume. He has so much experience. Bob, tell me a little bit about your time in the service and what you've done.
Yeah, look at item number 106 coming in the parade. I love it. Yeah, because I was on active duty for 29 years and then retired. I made Huntsville my home. Retired in 1992. Went to work at Lockheed Martin as an executive. And worked there for 16 years and been retired supporting this organization since I retired.
Yeah, now you actually worked on the parade committee. Did you say 12 years? Is that right?
What? On what?
The parade committee.
The parade? Yeah. The parade, I first got involved in the parade around 1996, 97 time frame. Brought Channel 48, came on board around the same time. So we've been partners with 48 all that time, and they're a great partner to the parade. The parade has grown significantly from the first parade I attended back in 1990, where they had 27 entries. Now we have 150, and we've had to cap it at 150. The support you get out of Huntsville, Alabama is just incredible. And the more we grow, the more we have support.
It really is incredible, and just the support is unmatched here in the community. Now, you were telling me this is your 34th Veterans Day parade here in Huntsville. Is that right?
Actually, I attended, like I said, the first parade I attended in 1990, and so it's been a long time. But the Veterans Week that everybody keeps talking about in Huntsville, Alabama is real, it's true, but the Veterans Week has been built around this parade, and the Warrant Officers Association has helped us grow this parade in conjunction with the support we get out of 48. So it's a collaborative effort out of all the agencies and organizations within this community that have made this thing grow, and the people in the community that want this kind of support.
Absolutely. All right, Bob, thank you so much. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done here in our community. You are an amazing man, if I do say so myself. All right, Liz, I'm going to toss it back to you now.
Thank you, Claudia. We are here today in great part to Bob Drolet, bringing us on board 25 years ago, airing this parade, and it is what it is today because of him and so many other dedicated veterans. We've debated how to pronounce this, but the United States submarine veterans, submariners or submariners, whatever you call them, they are here today.
The submarine force can trace its history back to the Revolutionary War with the very first submersible named the Turtle in 1775. Attempted to sink British warships in the New York harbor. Some fine classic muscle cars making their way through. Pontiac GTO, Cutlass convertible, Mustang, Hemi Killer.
Yeah, the low-profile car club of Huntsville. I see a vet. Camaro?
That's a Pontiac Firebird.
Firebird. They always look the same.
80s.
Yeah, 80s, 70s. I would be more apt to pick that up. That's coming down that way. Impala? Maybe? Gold?
Oldsmobile.
Everybody.
That is your father's Oldsmobile, but it's been dressed up to not be your father's Oldsmobile
yes,
apparently.
Anymore. Those are some beauties.
Delta 88. They call themselves the Low Profile Car Club, but with all of those models, I'm not sure how low a profile they can keep. I guess it's the wheels and rims they're referring to, Liz.
Must be. Look at that GMC. I don't know what's following the GMC. Maybe he'll let us know. It's old.
Great looking cars that add a lot of color to our parade.
Following the Low Profile Car Club, we have the Huntsville VA Clinic, Veterans Affairs Police. Offers primary care and specialty health services, including mental health services, vision care, treatment for hearing loss, women's health services, cardiology, neurology, all the ologies, and so much more. Located right there on the hill by CCI and the old Butler High School.
If any of you were handed a small American flag today to wave, that was brought out today by our local Association of the United States Army Redstone Huntsville chapter. That chapter serves this community and the broader state of Tennessee, of Alabama, to include parts of Tennessee. Membership in our AUSA Redstone chapter is over 430,000 now. They bring you things like the concert in the park in the summertime. They help celebrate the Army's birthday every year. Scholarship programs for the youth of the military and so much more.
Following the VA, we have the Sparkman High School JROTC. Sparkman Senators, ladies and gentlemen. The Senators Battalion from Harvest, led by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Addison Mason and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Sophia Bailey. The Senator Battalion actively supports the Tennessee Valley and beyond, focusing on community service, academic excellence, and co-curricular activities at a local, state, and national level. Go Senators!
That is a big junior ROTC program. So smooth, they called out.
The school, of course, named after Senator John Sparkman from Huntsville. Sparkman Drive. Following Sparkman, we have Northrop Grumman Veritas. Veritas, an all-inclusive Northrop Grumman employee resource organization committed to recognizing and supporting active duty, reserve, National Guard, and veterans through community outreach and its networking programs that are aligned with company and sector-wide business objectives.
Yeah. Veritas, a great organization. Of course, Northrop Grumman is no stranger to the community. Huge business, brings a lot to us. And their Veritas organization within nonprofit volunteers within the Northrop Grumman workforce that support our military.
Defense and aerospace. Following Northrop Grumman, we have Cub Scout Pack 7070. Cub Scout Pack 70 for girls and boys in grades K through 5, pursuing the aims of scouting character, citizenship, personal fitness, leadership. They meet downtown at First Pres on the first, second, and fourth Tuesdays of the month. Following the Cub Scouts, we have Miss Universe Global, Sharon Terrell,
Miss Alabama Universal Global, Sharon Terrell.
Following Miss Universe, some much younger beauties. We have Girl Scout Troop 22108. The Girl Scout Troop from New Market, Northeast Madison County. Hello, everybody.
Way to go, Girl Scouts. Stay away from my Kroger store with all those Girl Scout cookies. You can never say no to a Girl Scout selling Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, what's your favorite?
Samoas.
I knew it. I knew it would be a Samoa. Following the Girl Scouts, we have the Sandpiper Jeep. Look at that. Sandpiper Jeep, owned by a Huntsville native who brings this Jeep to local events so kids can enjoy it and veterans as well. That is a lowrider.
That is a lowrider, a low-profile Jeep.
Followed by the Bob Jones High School Air Force JROTC. Bob Jones Air Force JROTC under the command of Dr. Major Melissa Lacey and Chief Master Sergeant Ellis Clark.
The Cadet Corps Wing Commander is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Guyan Bagat. The Cadet Corps continues to grow and boast the #1 Raider team in North Alabama. That's a competition, Raider competition.
I see that.
They received an invitation to compete in the National Raider Challenge competition at Fort Knox, Kentucky later this year.
Yay. Following them, we have the Alabama Youth Ballet Theater. Not in toe shoes today. That'd be a little difficult walk. Uncomfortable, too. Thanking all the veterans out in the crowd for their service.
The Huntsville Ballet reminds us the Huntsville Theater League, the quality arts available, arts and entertainment available in our Huntsville city and our broader area. We love them. They bring so much to us.
And the holiday season is upon us, and so you know Christmas Carol, and there's so many traditions
and
right now.
And they'll do their traditional Nutcracker show this Christmas.
Following the Huntsville Ballet, I see freedom coming, don't you? I see our national emblem. I see an eagle headed this way. This is the Cahaba Shrine Motor Corps.
The Cahaba Shriners in Huntsville are a proud and dedicated group committed to supporting Shriners Children's Hospitals. As a part of the Global Shriners International Organization, the Cahaba Shriners work tirelessly to raise awareness and funds for the life-changing medical care provided by the hospitals. Shriners Children's Hospitals specialize in pediatric care, offering world-class treatment for children with a variety of conditions.
Burns, orthopedic
burns,
problems.
So much more.
And you can't, John, have a parade without the crazy cars that the Cahaba Shriners bring.
Here they come.
Look at those faces. I think they're having a good time.
Those crazy cars to bring smiles to those kids' faces. They've done so well, they bring a smile to everyone's face.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Cahaba Shriners.
Speaking of a crazy car, look at this. I got to study this a minute.
He's got a water cannon on the front. Look out.
Beware of hillbillies.
That's the hillbilly truck from the Cahaba Shriners.
The hillbilly clan has arrived.
Well appointed and decorated, I would say.
And look behind them, the Lauderdale County Shriners Club. Coming all the way from the Shoals. Good to see you all in Madison County. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for honoring our veterans. Look at the bubbles.
I think that hillbilly had a sash on that said Possum Queen.
Oh.
And here come the Cub Scouts chanting USA. Cub Scout Pack 7223 from Hazel Green, I think.
Yes, Hazel Green strong. Thanking our veterans. Good to see you boys. Now we have the Society of 40 Men and 8 Horses, an independent invitation-only honor society of American veterans and service members, more commonly known as the 40 and 8.
Liz, you didn't even try to say their French name.
Me habla español solamente. No French.
La Société de 40 Hommes et 8 Chevaux.
Très bien.
Society of 40 Men and 8 Horses.
Très bien.
The 40 and 8 is committed to charitable and patriotic aims. The titles and symbols of the 40 and 8 come from World War I with rail cars that had 40/8, 40 hommes and 8 chevaux printed on the side of the car, which meant 40 men or 8 horses. So if you were a GI in World War I traveling throughout Europe, somebody asked, where you been? Often they just answered 40 and 8.
40 and 8. Again, we have the WHRP FM float going by, followed by the Pathfinders and Adventurers. Madison Mission Pathfinder and Adventurer Club. Seventh-day Adventist Church sponsoring these kids. 2 million Pathfinders and Adventurers worldwide with clubs in every state. And suddenly it went quiet for a moment. But I hear bands coming. After the Pathfinders and Adventures, we have the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 26.
Honoring all who served and to serve and support and empower veterans to lead high-quality lives by providing veterans and their families access to the full range of benefits available to them. The Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 26, is fighting for the interests of veterans on Capitol Hill, educating the public about the great sacrifices and needs of veterans transitioning back to civilian life. The DAV Chapter 26 also works to provide financial assistance to veterans who experience financial difficulties.
We have Vietnam veterans following behind. Disabled American Veterans, the DAV Chapter 26. And we have more veterans following behind. The Union Hill Primitive Baptist Church. Men making a difference. Thank you so much. And then we have the Rocket City Mustang Club following behind them. We'll be watching them as we talk once again to our Claudia Peppenhorst on the streets. Claudia?
Hey, Liz, I've got two more very special guests with us here today, two more retired Army veterans. I've got Mr. John Kennedy and Mr. Daryl Owens. Hey, gentlemen, how are you feeling today?
Doing great. Enjoying the weather.
Perfect. What about you? How you feeling?
Same. Enjoying the weather. Beautiful day. Glad to be here.
It is a beautiful day. A little hot, but still very beautiful. Tell me a little bit about your service and what you did.
Well, a total of 28 years, 11 months, 19 days. I did 9 years in active duty right there in the rest of the Army Reserve, so a few combat tours. Just glad to be here and glad to represent and pleased to be here. I'm just pleased. I can't really say much more. Just happy.
Absolutely. Good deal. Thank you so much for your service and everything you've done for our country. Turning out to you, tell me a little bit about your service.
Well, I was drafted in 1966, spent a total of 42 years active and reserves, served in Vietnam and Afghanistan. So it's a well-lived life.
You've done quite a lot. Both of you have. Now, I don't know if you guys can see us, but he's got a very special medal on here today. You were actually inducted into the Hall of Heroes. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think it was about 1990 when it first started. I was inducted, and it's an honor. And Huntsville is such a great place for veterans.
It absolutely is such a great place for veterans here in our community. Now, you were telling me you have seen several Veterans Day parades here in Huntsville. Do you have a favorite memory, anything that comes to mind that just stands out?
Well, my favorite memory is all the years I've marched in the parade from 2002 to 2012. So, I mean, I've been here. Last year was the first year I missed because of weather. So, other than that, every year I marched, every year my company.
And you have been here. Oh, it's getting a little loud. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your service. Thanks for joining us here today. All right, Liz, back to you.
Thank you, Claudia. You're looking now at the Rocket City Mustang Club. You're looking at them and you are listening to them. You can hear those Mustangs from miles away. They're Mustang owners, enthusiasts, supporting our veterans today, supporting our community, such as first responders. They do the appreciation cruise to different fire stations. They have an annual donation, Bikes or Bust. They host 2 car shows in the fall, and they support the organization that supports veterans. Thank you so much. We are almost coming up on the 2-hour moment, which is amazing. We've extended the parade, and we haven't even reached the end of this parade so far with 150 entries. The parade just crossing Jefferson Street right now at Monroe, and I see more coming. We have 10 more minutes of this parade airing live on WAFF TV. So come along, let's move this parade along, ladies and gentlemen. Before us now, we have the NACY Veterans Upward Bound entry today. Veterans Upward Bound program offers intensive basic skills, the development needed for essential academic subjects needed for high school equivalency, admission into post-secondary schools, It supports 125 veterans.
The NACI Veterans Upward Bound program provides short-term remedial or refresher courses to help veterans secure support from resources such as the VA, the state veterans associations, and various state and local agencies dedicated to serving veterans. You know, Liz, for some veterans, it's been a long time since they went to school.
Yeah.
And they want to go back to college to get into a new class of work. NACI helps them get refreshed in some of those academic areas.
Following NACI, we have the Bama Small Engine Repair. Robert Bray, U.S. Army Gulf War era veteran with multiple deployments, and he is the owner of Bama Small Engine. Thank you for serving, sir. Following Bama Small Engine, we have the Redstone Arsenal Sergeants Major Association.
Eddies! Here comes the Redstone Arsenal Sergeants Major Association. And that's the way you say it. The plural of Sergeant Major isn't Sergeant Majors,
Nope.
it's Sergeants Major.
Yes.
They are, as you can hear, a spirited group, and I refer to them as the spiritual gurus of the Army, because our Sergeants Major know what's going on from top to bottom. They know the regulations, they know the processes, and they know change management.
They're the organizational backbone, right?
They are the backbone. As a retired officer, I recommend every junior officer find themselves a good sergeant major to learn from.
Following them, we have the North Alabama Region Antique Automobile Club. About 8 or so antique autos. NAR here, supporting our veterans today. Members are dedicated to preserving their cars and automotive history through a variety of activities like public displays, scenic road tours, and technical sessions. They're often in our parades, celebrating the rich heritage, keeping things moving, literally.
Beyond the love for cars, their club is built on friendship and a shared sense of nostalgia, which I saw one of those cars was a Dynaflow. I haven't seen one of those in forever. They offer their members opportunities to connect through garage crawls, educational activities, relaxed social gatherings like picnics and shows. Whether you're a seasoned car enthusiast or someone with a budding interest, NAR welcomes all to join in celebrating the rich heritage of automotive design and engineering.
Following these antique autos, we have the FMS Aerospace being represented here with the Jeep and a beautiful, I cannot tell what dog that is with the sun in my eyes. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Following them, United States Army Reserve Instructor Battalion on Redstone Arsenal, 13108.
The 108th Battalion on Redstone Arsenal continues to train instructors for the Army so they can teach classes and continue the education and training of critical skills within the armed forces. Some of that still happens in training here at Redstone Arsenal. Some of them get trained to go train elsewhere.
And when you say critical training, what do you mean?
They have courses in the Army does its Command and General Staff College, as an example, at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, but also right here at Redstone, Army majors, active and reserve, can get into the Command and General Staff College from Redstone. Often our acquisition specialists that are stationed at Redstone will go through the instruction here locally. So some of those instructors would come out of the 108th Battalion.
A lot more floats to go. We've got about 10 more floats, and I will have a heart out in just a minute. We will move to our streaming service shortly, but we are continuing with our parade right now. And we have on air Michael Beddard. Michael Beddard, proud dad, 2023 West Point grad, now training at Fort Novacell in South Alabama, formerly you'll know as Fort Rucker. He's in that Humvee right here.
It's always a great sense of pride when your son or daughter goes into the military as well. Sometimes comes with a little bit of sense of fear for their safety. But with all of our service, 8 out of 10 recruits entering the military today come from a family. They have a connection of a family member that served in the military.
Following them is Huntsville and Huntsville's teen. Part of the Miss America organization, Miss Huntsville 2025, Caroline Leibarger of Madison, a junior at Auburn. Miss Huntsville's teen is Mary Kate Flynn of Addison. She's a junior at Addison High School.
Awesome.
We also have the American
lovely
Legion.
Ladies, thank you for coming out on Veterans Day in that awesome Ford Fairlane.
Following them with the American Legion Post 351. Just a reminder, in moments, we will be going to our streaming service, WAFF.com. But for the next 2 minutes, you get to watch the parade live on WAFF. You're seeing now Post 351, the American Legion.
Liz, here comes the 10th Cavalry Hill Buffalo Soldiers, American Legion Post 351, chartered in 1962. Of course, the Buffalo Soldiers have a special place in history in our Army.
They certainly do, in the late 1800s.
That's right.
Buffalo Soldier Monument still at the old AAA off University Drive on Calvary Hill. Followed by the Hazel Green Junior ROTC. We have the
American Veteran Riders just let us hear their presence as they rolled through on their motorcycles. Here's Hazel Green's High School Navy Junior ROTC, one of the few Navy Junior ROTC programs we have in the Valley. Like the others, it's a cadet-oriented program developing leaders and patriots for the challenges of tomorrow's civilian and military world.
Followed by a school bus, of course. First Student Huntsville as the largest, most chosen student transportation provider. They are the proven solution for Huntsville City Schools. Followed by the Huntsville chapter of MOA, the Huntsville chapter of the Military Officers Association of America. Ladies and gentlemen, we are transitioning now to WAFF.com. That ends our live broadcast of the Huntsville Veterans Day Parade.
Thank you for watching the 2024 Veterans Day Parade, sponsored by Intrepid, BAE Systems, and Still Serving Veterans.
And good morning. Good morning, everyone. Once again, Liz Hurley, WAFF TV, coming to you live now on WAFF.com, our streaming service. We continue now from downtown Huntsville live with retired Army Colonel John Kinsley. We are here just finishing up our parade today. A beautiful hot day in Huntsville. Who knew? People Tech at right now in our parade, the Veterans Resource Organization at People Tech.
People Tech proudly supports and honors our nation's veterans. People Tech's float, nicknamed Gower, is adorned with U.S. flag bunting, military seals, and a POWMIA emblem, and our Veterans Resource Group's logo that also incorporates the U.S. flag. Their veterans represent more than 200 plus years of combined service and combat tours, from Vietnam through the global war on terrorism. Here comes the North Alabama Korean Association. The Korean Association of North Alabama is dedicated to promoting Korean culture, unity, and education within our local community. Look at those outfits.
Very traditional. We have had the grand opportunity from the Veterans Dinner Friday night to today to the Veterans Breakfast, where so many Korean War veterans were honored today. We actually, how many did we have? 8 in total Korean War veterans who have passed us by in this parade today, one of whom was even a World War II veteran.
Who just turned 100 years old.
Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. Now passing us the Rocket City Jazz Orchestra. Listen to them. We must be coming to the end of the parade because now before us, the North Alabama Riders Saddle Club. Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you. When the horses come, you know.
The North Alabama Riders Saddle Club. You know what it means when we see the horses coming through the parade.
Yep. Coming in. And following the North Alabama Riders Saddle Club, the Southern Soul Saddle Club, riding in a Denali 4x4. And, of course, followed by Hemsey.
Hemsey and our police to close the parade. Liz, it's been a great pleasure to be with you in the Huntsville parade today, to honor our veterans and a chance to be able to talk a little bit about our veterans, the military equipment that passed through, and all the organizations and people of Huntsville that make this parade and this day so special.
We would not be the community we are if it were not for our military and therefore our veterans. So on this day, we thank you for serving, those of you who have worn our country's uniform. We are, again, the home of the free because of the brave. Thank you for serving. If you're hungry now, we've kept you several hours. Know that you are a veteran. Go to our website, WAFF.com. There's an entire list of discounts for you on this day, a way for this community to say thank you for serving. So for Colonel John Kinsley, I'm WAFF 48 News anchor Liz Hurley, reporting to you live in downtown Huntsville for the 2024 Veterans Day Parade. You'll be able to watch this once again later on this afternoon, again on WAFF.com. Thanks once again for being with us today, and we'll see you again next year. Good day.
Thank you for watching the 2024 Veterans Day Parade, sponsored by Intrepid, BAE Systems, and Still Serving Veterans.